they are still very young, let them take half. We would have heard it. So many of us will do that. But in a situation when somebody will say, I can't take two, I have to take four before it works, it's a feeling. It's a feeling that you have. It's not as if that is the way it
It's a
works.
feelings.
Yes, you just feel it will not work for you.
But
It's not as
actually,
if,
does feelings work with drugs?
yes,
Because there are some certain things I want to try to get to understand. You said it's a feelings.
yes,
Now, number one, I was injected maybe just a paracetamol, as an injection,
injection.
and the same pill to applies to two of us. Now you being strong and well, okay, but me, I'm still being ill then.
You still being healed. The issue is both of you cannot have the same body system.
Thank you very much. That's what I wanted to get.
Yes, but when doctor said take two drugs, that is the prescription you need.
Okay, we are coming back for the
Here we stand as a people with one song, with one voice. We're a nation undivided and poised. We will take us down and build our land in faith to defend what is ours. Here we are as a people with one heart for one cause. We're determined to rebuild and restore. Where freedom reigns and truth prevails. Our land.
welcome back to Alore Radio. I want to ask you a question. Some questions. Why is drug addiction a social problem?
When we say social problem, when we talk about social means interrelationship, be in relationship with one another. When something is a social problem, which means it affects everybody. Basically, most times we have this notion that I'm the one taking the drugs, I take marijuana, I take alcohol, is my body, is my life. But directly or indirectly, it is affecting everybody in our environment. After it affects you, it have negative effect on you. It affects the family. It's going gradually, eating deep into the society. After the family, it comes to your neighborhood. After your neighborhood, your local government, your state, then the country in general. So it's not about it's me. It's a social problem. Even in the 1950s, American Medical Association, they said alcohol itself is an addiction and it is classified as a medical disease. It is a disease. And anything we call disease, it is what is communicable.
Sorry, to chip in something there.
Yes,
You
sir.
said alcohol is a medical disease.
Yes.
Now out of we said all these smoke people that are smoking yams and everything. If you check the branded cover there, the carton, they've said smoker are liable to die young, and they are still selling it.
The issue is, let's face it, we are all vulnerable to our environment. We are vulnerable to what is happening around us. Those that make that says smokers are liable to die young, they've already told you. You have you need to choose if you want to die young or get old. When they say smokers are liable to die young, if you think I don't want to die young, then you avoid it. They are telling you indirectly that you should avoid it if you don't want to die young.
Because there was a day I just tried to think of myself like if smokers are liable to die young, maybe if I'm taking one per day, maybe I'm okay. Maybe the essence, if it's not like that, the government should approve them to start producing it and start selling it to Nigeria, even to other countries.
It's an imported product.
Yeah.
And okay, it seems there's a company that produces it here in Nigeria. And if we see our country, it's not every state that they are those companies are situated. It has some states, but the issue is there are some things that we can't really say, okay, government, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? We have our life as a youth. Nobody is living this life for us. And when they tell us this thing have positive impact, it has negative impact. It's for us to choose the one we want. We have the ability to choose. When they tell you are liable to die young, who wants to die young? So everything still boils to peer pressure. So many things that dips in, though we have excuses. And I will tell you that everybody's excuse is valid. Personally, your excuse is valid. But whatever you want to do that will put you in the negative light, it can be avoided.
Excuses is valid.
Everybody's excuse. The issue is when I say everybody have an excuse for doing whatever they are doing.
Okay.
If you ask somebody, why are you doing this? They might say depression, I'm thinking, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. It's valid. That excuse is valid. Everybody is going through things. And now people want to, let me overcome this problem. And they go into drugs. But really, that drugs can be avoided. Their excuse are valid. Your problem that I have a problem is a valid point that you have a problem. But that step that you take, it can be avoided.
So why is drug addiction rampant among the youths, especially in Nigeria today?
It's not only in Nigeria.
Even though apart from the youth, our own teenagers as well. You can see the from age 10, seeing them in some garage, some places that are not supposed to be.
Yes. First thing I will say, a word of God said, when the foundation is destroyed, what will the righteous do? And everybody in the society, we came out from somewhere.
Yeah.
We don't just meet ourselves where we are. And the first home, the first family we have is our nuclear family. It doesn't start in one day. But let's look at the foundation. Everybody that is going into society now, we started somewhere. We started from our family. When a family is dysfunctional, what do you expect to come out of the family?
You said when the family is dysfunctional,
Yes.
but there are some families. Okay, there are some orphanage, or there are some orphan. Like maybe I don't have a father, but I'm living on the bridge and try to get myself okay as time goes on, and that doesn't mean I'll move to start drinking or start smoking.
Mentality, it goes a long way. When I say foundation, the family, most times children, you don't wake up one day and start drinking. You don't wake up one day and start taking marijuana. You don't just wake up and say, today I want to start drinking marijuana. It's a process. It's something you'll have think about.
You've seen guys doing it.
Yes, it's peer pressure. Most of us, apart from being visual, that what we see, we tend to go in that direction. We tend to do it. And youths now, they want to experiment. Most youths want to experiment. We youths, we want to experiment. Like, if you see a 10-year-old boy or 12-year-old and you ask them, boy, why are you smoking? Where did you learn it? He might say, okay, my mommy is selling cigarettes. there's a particular person that usually come to drink, that usually come to smoke. I just want to
Even
just
though
want to
if
try
you know,
what they are
to
doing.
buttress your point, there are some fathers that will, they have to send their own son or daughters like, go and buy me this, which they are doing as well. Does it right or wrong?
We are still saying the same thing. The family, the foundation, that is it. Is the foundation. We are still, the issue is, I say it and I used to repeat it. Whatever happens, it starts from somewhere. And there are some families too that their parents don't drink, they don't smoke, and these children don't come out well. They end up drinking alcohol or something. Some families, it might not be drinking, it might not be smoking. Their parents might not be doing it, but the family might not be in unity. When a family is not in unity, when there's issue, rancor, every time, it affects the children too. Mentally, it affects them. So everything buttress us back to
So
the foundation.
can we say people living in some, when you say family, I agree with you, it's family, fine.
Not
But
only family
not,
anyway.
not only family.
Not
anyway.
only family.
Because I know in some areas, even though people living in big estates where there is those go to your school, come back home, they still find themselves in that way
I said
as
it.
time goes on.
We are vulnerable to pressure. Everybody is vulnerable to pressure.
If I'm not
There's-
having pressure and I feel like drinking it,
You can't just feel like
how?
it doesn't happen like that. You will have seen somebody do it. Somebody will have talked about it.
Actually, let me use this as an example. It happens to one of my street brothers I do call like Abu. One day I walked to him and I asked him like, sorry, this thing you are doing they call it popo or the likes. Like, brother, did you just wake up someone that who teach you say? He just said, okay, sorry, brother. I just wake up one day and I start taking it. I said, no. There should be something. He said, he feel like taking it because it says if you take it, it give him some names and some reasoning. Can you put that one as the Holy Spirit?
I'm still saying it. That day that he wakes up and feel like doing it, it's not the first time he's hearing about it. There's something we call information. You can't just wake up and go and purchase what you haven't heard about. It still is a pressure, is information. People induct. Do you know they induct people into bad habits?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. People induct them. You would have seen somebody do it. You would have heard about it because if I've not heard about a particular product, maybe and have advert or anything, I can't just go into the market and just say I feel like drinking. He that is drinking popo, what do you call it?
Popo, they call it popo.
Before you go and buy popo, you know that there's popo there. He knows where he will get the popo. So people don't wake up and just think I want to start doing it. It's a process. They plan it to start doing because it doesn't grow in your room. You go out and purchase it. So
Can we now say some information being given out sometimes we need to be caution of it because like you said we can get it from information. Maybe I'm listening to music and I'm hearing loud. I'm hearing some words of drugs. I will try to as a teenagers before I become a youth. I will try to listen to like what are they calling loud? What are they doing this? What are they doing this? And I'll try to find out what it really means.
Most times, all these songs that we are hearing loud, I don't notice maybe hearing loud or anything. But the issue is, most times we youths, we are not patient.
In a way.
When we hear about anything, you don't, I just think sometimes when we get some information, we need to sit down, process it, do some kind of digest it, think about it. If I do this, what will be the outcome? But the issue is we just want this beginning. We just want to enjoy this. We don't even think, is this enjoyment, where will it lead me? That present peer, the pressure, the kind of feeling that I'm a grown up. Because the what I've noticed is everybody wants to feel like, I'm there as a youth.
But actually, you said let me chip in this. Um, um, in Nigeria today, we see some of our leaders, our honorables, some of our I don't want to mention names, that will still go to tarmacs. You know where they call where the garage, where people are, where the youth are, where they are supposed to be the leader of tomorrow, doing something else, and they will still give them money to buy some certain things, some hard drugs to drink.
They don't give them money to buy. They give them money and they buy what they want.
No, actually,
It's
they
not.
no. Oh, sorry. When they are giving them money, why don't give them another thing? Why money? And they know the kind of people they are, and they know where they went to give them something.
We don't know. They don't know. They don't know their needs.
In what way?
Okay, you think, okay, maybe everybody is in. We are all here. We don't have the same needs. We don't want the same thing. So also all these area boys, all those people, you might just think, because they are here, they need food. It's not all of them that need food. And besides, it's only money that you can give, that people will go and purchase what they really need. So giving them money is not as if they tell them, take this money, go and buy marijuana. Go and buy cigarettes.
I've worked with some honorables before, which when we're going out we try to brand some places, and they will try to, oh sorry madam, give us some certain things and to give to them. Are they promoting them, or they are trying to use them?
Anyways,
as a youth?
I've not had such experience. I've not been in a situation where such thing happened. Assuming I was there, I will have asked question, but I wasn't there. I won't be able to answer that.
Okay. I'm sorry. Let's go on break.
All right.
And truth prevails. Our land where there's hope for us all. Our land where there's hope for us all. We'll defend our land. We believe in this nation, and we know we'll get there. We'll defend our land. We believe in Nigeria and the promise she holds, and that one day we'll shine like the sun. We're a great nation. Though we are many people, different tribes, different tongues.
Welcome back on Parliament Roundtable on Alore Radio from the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism. Don't forget, this program brought to you by the Second Assembly of Oyo State Youth Parliament, Anu Dynamics. So as we are discussing the other time,
Okay.
how does drug affect youth directly or indirectly?
It affects you in so many areas. As we grow up, we have a vision, we have focus, and when we go into drugs, it tampered with all these things. That's the first effect.
Okay.
It wave you from where you are supposed to go, where you want to go. As we grow up, we have this: I want to be a medical doctor, I want to be an accountant, I want to be the governor, I want to be the president, I want to be this, I want to be that. That is our this thing, our thinking like this is what I want to be in the nearest future. But all of a sudden, we derail and move into drugs. When we start drugs, number one thing that it affects as a student, our academics. You can't be addicted to drugs and be focused. And with that, what happens to our studies? Because it's this conception that if I take drugs, my brain will be sharp. I've heard some people say that if you want to read, just just smoke, just do this. Really, I don't believe that. I've not seen anybody that is doing that and is progressing in their academics. First, it affects your academics. You cannot be a drug addict and prevail in academics. Our physical health. Let's look at the streets. Go to those people that you say that they are taking drugs. Look at them physically. How do they look? How do they look? Physically, they don't look well. They don't look okay. Even people that knows them wouldn't want to identify with them. It affects their look. It affects their health. It affects everything. Let's talk about stigmatization. Even if you are not, if your youth is not in the garage, but people that have focus, that have future, they know this person is taking marijuana, this person is doing this, it will be that person will be stigmatized. And a youth that has a good future, and people are now, you just get to somewhere amidst people that have focus, that have future, they won't even want to have anything to do with that person. And okay.
Sorry. Can I say that all these are people that is industry, musicians, all these are role model like Whiskey, like Olamide and the likes, and some of them, when they are doing some of their videos, you see smokes, you see some certain things. Can we say they are it's they are being fortunate in life? And you're not saying like I asked the question, is it affecting directly or indirectly?
Indirectly.
And you said some certain things that is affecting directly and indirectly. But can you just say that as some of the issues we have with youth? Because now if I see my role model smoking and is making waves in life,
you want to follow
I'd
that
rather
path.
smoke then. Like I think smoking helps him as well.
Okay, I think that will fall into the social and economic effect. Looking at all those people, all those musicians, all those things, you don't see them in their vulnerable state. They will show you what you want to see. What I used to tell people, like people that are indulging in drugs and come out like I'm okay, I'm this, I'm that, they won't even show you. It's possible so many of them are going through health issues. They might have kidney problems. They might have so much things they are going through, but they have to show you what you want to see. So that is not the what I want, what I like for youth. It's just for you to know the right from wrong. Looking at them as your template for your life is not it, because all those people, they call them public figure. Public figure will show public what public want to say.
Sorry, as a public figure, that doesn't mean you should be corrupted. That doesn't mean you should corrupt people coming behind. Because as a public I to my own, as a public figure, I should see like, oh, this is my public figure, okay, this is my role model, he's making waves. So at least I will try to imitate his own behavior as well. Like I think this person is doing some certain things in some certain places.
Yes.
The public figure means a lot.
Yes.
Should we not change the word public figure for them?
The issue is, I think there's a board that's in charge of videos, of films, of things like that. It's really affecting the society. And I think the board, I don't know how it is being done. Maybe they submit it to a particular board because
actually if they submitted it to some people to the board,
and they've already certified
about their own they has their own platform as well.
Yes, but the issue is, I still stand on this notion. We youth, we should know what we want. The fact that Olamide is taking marijuana, you see smoke in there, it doesn't make it right.
It doesn't make it
It
right.
doesn't make it right. That people are doing it, that is a popular opinion, it doesn't make it the best opinion.
Okay. Can an exercise, can we use it to try to curb the drugs taken within our youth in society?
What kind of exercise?
Thank
The
you
normal
very much.
body
The
exercise.
normal body exercise. You know, to my own thought, I think being a youth, being jobless, getting nothing to do over the day. Maybe if we created a club, a football club, a volleyball club, and we started some tournaments, maybe they won't have time to can exercise COVID
Okay, maybe we should say skills,
and skills.
like using your skills. Yes, using your skills makes you busy. You are busy doing something.
But sorry,
And
can it stop them from taking drugs, from abusing it?
what I'm saying, as in abusing drugs, is not a decision that you make in one day. It's not something that just happened.
You know, actually, some people will run. Some people will play football, and some people will do some certain things, even though they has the skills, and they'll still take this thing we're talking about.
I said it when we started. It's because they believe they need all these things to make them do what? Functional. And I'm still repeating it. It's not as if they just wake up one day and think, if I take this thing, it will make me functional. It is they've seen someone do it. What I'm saying is, youth, let's work on our confidence. Let us know what we want. There's no way there's a positive environment and there will not be negative things happening. It is everywhere, not only in Nigeria. Even apart from drugs, so many things are happening that are not drugs, and they are not right for us youth.
So
The best,
okay,
no, you can.
you know, there are some certain things I noticed in our community. You know, when I have my own confidence, like sure, this is what I want to do, and I will make it. But actually, people I'm working with, they don't ask their own parent. They do a lot of shit, like a lot of things that doesn't rise as a youth, and they are making it. Don't I go to them and Oga, wetin you dey take? This thing teach me. You can do it now.
It's still the same thing. You don't know what you want. Work on your self-esteem. Work on your self-confidence. It's everywhere. It's not only amongst youth, even among adults. We see people that are not even doing as much as we do, and they are making waves. Does that mean if they are stealing, you have to go and steal?
Sure.
It's you.
Okay, so let me ask you this: can drugs use in young people can be prevented?
Yes.
How?
When I started, I said foundation. Parents, though it's not as if we youth of this generation, we are different from others generation. No.
You know, this is a computer generation.
Exactly. The way you train the youth of this generation is different. And the first thing is, befriend with your children. Befriend them. Our parents, it's not as if they are doing a good work, and there's not as if there's the manual that family A use, family B have to use it. Every family have the way they do their things. What we do in my house might not be what you do in your house. But whatever.
If a parent is working in maybe a government is a government pastor, or is working where he goes to work every morning around 5:30 and comes late to home around by 9 o'clock, what should we do about that?
Yes, so many parents go out in the morning, we come back in the evening, no communication with the children. Even the children will be sleeping while leaving. Before we get back home,
They'll be sleeping as well.
they've already gone to bed.
How can those people prevent the drug abuse within their own children?
Good communication.
In what way?
Parents, you ask questions. We ask questions, and I've already said it. Befriend them. Good. The foundation is very, very important. Sometimes, if children, if we youth, we have enough love from home. If we have enough love from home, it will be so difficult from people from outside to just use cheap things to just pull us to their side. If we are able to communicate with our parents freely, there are family like that. They go in the morning, they come back at night, and their children are okay.
Okay, so now let me use this as my last questions. Me as an example. Maybe I'm a drunkard now, and wanted to teach me or to preach to me or to tell me the things I'm doing is not right. How will you try to convince the person from not taking such again?
Number one, if I want to tell anybody not to take drugs, I can't just come to you and start saying, what kind of rubbish are you doing? You are doing nonsense. You are doing this. No.
Because we can see some of our people nowadays, they condemn them, that they just tell them like, in Yoruba, they will just say some bad words to them. That doesn't mean they will change from it. You condemning me, I'm a drunkard, and I'll tell you, sorry, I'm a drunkard, sure. Have you make it? Do you know what I have?
When we are correcting ourselves, we need to be constructive about it. Correction is very good, but how we correct goes a long way. It should be a constructive correction. So if I want to correct you on that kind of habit, I won't be so harsh. Number one, you just have to draw that person close. It's somebody that you communicate to on a friendly level, that you'll be able to talk some sanity, and they will listen to you. So the first stage is show them love. And if people have gone so deep in alcohol, they should go for therapy. It works. There are some organizations that does that. They should go for therapy. You can go for therapy. There are people that are dedicated. That's what they do.
Okay. Thank you very much, my guests. I would just like to tell my co-youths out there, if you have anybody besides you that take things, that abuse things, try to show love and try to tell them the path to walk, because it doesn't easy for you to change bad habits from people. Try to show love. I'm still remember no dynamics. Can you just tell them your name before we?
I'm Oladune Kende. Thank you.
With one song, with one voice, we're a nation undivided and poised. We will take us down and build our land in faith to defend what is ours. Here we are as a people with one heart for one cause.
Yeah, I have an announcement for you. Skill Up Ibarapa by the Deputy Chief Will, Honorable Toby Olatunji, is still ongoing.
Where freedom reigns and truth prevails, our land where there's hope.
The Skill Up program will be held by Thursday this week.
Our land.
And don't forget our magazine production as well. Thanks for listening to Alore Radio from the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourists. And this program is brought to you by the Oyo State Second Assembly Youth Parliament. Thank you very much for staying tuned to listen to